everybody. Welcome
Uh,
to the
Hey guys.
first Midnight Madness, right, crew?
Yep.
This is our Midnight Madness crew. Welcome to my co-host. Thank you for being here with me, and welcome to everybody in the chat. You guys have been chatty as well, so thank you for being here. You guys make the live casts and the hangouts fun for us, but especially make the Midnight Madness fun for us. Let me go ahead and get started with some of the business stuff first. So, very first thing that we're going to do is give you the secret word. If you have been following anything I've been doing for the past, I'd say, 2 months, this word will make sense to you. The secret word is checkers. So talking about connection checkers, and you will also recognize that Darren, and I always call Darren in the post the wonderful or the fabulous or the fantastic badge award giver, Darren.
Yep.
So we both do connection checkers. I kind of help out everybody that has questions with connection checkers. That's the featured profiles of the week every Tuesday. It's one of the pinned items that we have up there on G2G. And then afterwards, Darren goes through and finds the winners and awards the badges. So checkers, you can put it in uppercase or lowercase. Now, the other thing I want to mention is every hangout is shorter. Midnight Madness has gotten permission to be a little bit longer, but we're still shorter than we used to be last year. So we've got a lot to cover, and tonight is going to be stupid question night. So really kind of questions that people go, oh, that's so stupid or that's so dumb, but then you also laugh and enjoy it. And of course, there are always bio builders. Those in the studio, as well as you guys in chat, do not know what the question is. So, questions, I should say. Let me just double check. Yep, we've got we got 25 entries so far for those who have typed in checkers. We will talk about the prizes towards the end of the show. I just want to let you know that there will be at noon and at midnight hangouts 6 prizes. Usually there's 5 this Source-a-thon, but at noon and midnight there will be 6, and there's little quirks with them. So we'll kind of go over that as well. And as Anne mentioned, please click the like button. That lets us know that you want us to continue with the silly fun of Midnight Madness. And I should say, before we get started with some of the fun, that I have been asked probably for about maybe the past year to bring back Have You Ever? The Have You Ever Midnight Madness. So we're going to bring that back on Sunday because that's when we're all really tired and silly and it's more fun. And where is he? He's hanging out. Rogar is hanging out in the chat
Yes.
instead of the studio.
I think he's been having computer issues, so that's why. That's okay. I get to make fun of him while he's not here, so. Hi, Steve.
And then one other thing that I should have mentioned beforehand, I'm sorry that I did not, but if you have won a prize this Source-a-thon, or if you're one of the people in the studio right now, or if you won a prize at the last Connect-a-thon, you are not eligible to win a prize during the Source-a-thon because David was just telling us you won the last Connect-a-thon.
Yeah, I won
right?
the last Connect-a-thon, so I don't get to. I don't get to win any of the great prizes we have this time.
And if you're unsure,
I got my mug.
You do. You have a mug. So if you're unsure if you are eligible to win or not, I'm going to post this link to the prize winners. If you were listed on that page, you are not eligible. If you've already typed in checkers, please let us know when we draw the names that you're not eligible. If you have not typed in checkers and you find out that you're not eligible, please do not type in the word checkers. But I know it does look like a disappearing mug. When David, when you bring it up, it kind of like disappears in the screen. So it's kind of like, especially with the moon in the background, it's kind of cool.
But even when I move it close,
that's true. With the mug. I love the prizes that we have during the Source-a-thon. because a lot of times people like yourselves donate, and there's another company that's donated as well. So let me run a short video while we get set up for the questions. And just want to give them a thanks, Family Tree Seminars. They have donated several prizes, as well as Roberta Estes, who has donated 44 prizes in
Wow.
kind of books and T-shirts and things like that. So thank you to all our sponsors, and thank you to all of you that also donated and were kind to offer. I wish Irish John was in here. I didn't see him in the chat. For example, you don't always have to give $1, a gift card or something like that to donate for the Source-a-thon. He donated research time. So that's one of the prizes coming up as well. Okay.
Yeah, I think anyone gave us a list of who donated what. I'm trying to find it in the chat right now. But
There is a list, and also, if you want to, let me bring this up as well. If you want to kind of get a sneak peek of some of the prizes that were donated, it was here in this G2G post. And let's get started with the questions. You guys ready? And again, these are going to be really random questions. They make no
really, you asking random questions? Really?
No, they make
That's
no
shocking.
sense. But again, what we kind of try to do is have a little silly fun on Midnight Madness, and ask the question that maybe you can build your own biography on, or your families or ancestors as you think about it, or just, have fun, have some fun. And we'll do the 6 prizes at the end, towards the end of the Midnight Madness. Okay, the first question, because it seems like everybody talks about one thing. If it's not sleep, it's food, right? So, what is the weirdest food combo that you love? Your family might be like, "Ew, I can't believe you're eating that," or your coworkers, or something like that. And
Well,
Anne, all 4 Yorkies are sound asleep. Probably Snowflake too, right now.
Kara is drinking water at the moment.
Okay, the question,
Well done,
Carol,
Ruth. Well
is,
done.
Carol, let me ask again. What is the weirdest food combo that you love? So peanut butter and cheese. I dipped my pizza into hummus today. Peanut butter and waffles. I would do that. I'm not sure what this is, but I have a feeling it's spaghetti bolognese.
That's not weird.
See,
I had it
orange
last night
Was
for
wonderful.
supper.
I never thought it was weird until I grew up and people told me it was weird. But we at my house don't eat mashed potatoes unless they have peas in them.
Really?
How is pasta bolognese weird?
I think because when we
With
were kids,
pineapple.
we wouldn't eat our peas unless my mother put them into the potatoes. And we just grew up
Interesting.
assuming that mashed potatoes were supposed to have peas in them.
Yeah.
I do
Right.
honey mustard in fries, but I have heard mayo in fries.
All right. I got one. My cousin in Italy suggested I put pesto sauce on steak. Try that,
Pesto sauce on steak. I'm not a big pesto fan, so I wouldn't do that. But no,
It's pretty good actually. It's pretty good. My brother looked at me funny, but apparently that's what Italians do. They put pesto sauce on steak. I'm sure it makes the steak look green, but it's still
it's so good. I can't do Miracle Whip in general. It goes against my personal policy of I gotta have real mayonnaise. And yes, blue plate for the win. But Miracle Whip and scrambled egg. And I love the emoji you use, Shonda.
How do you know these aren't pregnancy cravings?
Drinking the water that cabbage was cooked in. That kind of sounds good. See, Ruth loves potatoes with peas.
Well, see, somebody does.
And I gotta tell you, scrambled eggs with ketchup. My brothers, that's the only way they would eat it. They would douse the scrambled eggs with ketchup. Sauerkraut chop suey. Now that kind of sounds interesting to me. After 8. What's after 8, Flo? After 8 on a bread roll. I made a sauerkraut pizza once. Was there sauce on that, Steven? I agree. I think I'd try sauerkraut chop suey and lard on toast. Now this is interesting because a very West Virginia grandfather of mine would do the chunks of butter with the King's Caro syrup on top. I think we talked about this before, and I just can't. That's just too much. Garlic aioli on chips. Interesting. Sauerkraut and pineapple, Pam. That's tart. That's pretty tart.
I can honestly say I've never had sauerkraut in my life. I have no idea what it tastes like.
Black licorice rolled up in pepperoni. Okay, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's one of these weird combinations that you probably just come up with it and then you love it.
See, a lot of these things I won't even eat by themselves, let alone.
After 8 minutes. Okay, I know what after 8 minutes.
Actually, you know what's really good with mac and cheese? Bits of soup rosette.
What?
Soup rosette. The cured Italian meat, like pepperoni. It's like pepperoni, but really spicy.
I love
really spicy.
This is
I just did the hand thing. Yes.
I'm seeing
one
a
of the
lot
things
of
I did at work events, like would have a cup and would just put whatever leftovers were in the cup, and then someone would be there to drink it, and it would be anything. Anything in the cup.
Anything in the cup.
Yeah. So
there goes my midnight. Kathy, what about you?
I once had French fries and dipped it in my ice cream.
Now I will do that with Frosties. I will go when I'll do that. Yeah.
Yep, French fries
That's
and dipped in a Frosty.
I had no idea who started that, but it was like, you got to try it. So I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why, and this is funny. I thought talking of food would make me hungry, but this is having the opposite effect. There's a chance I would mess up my mashed potatoes with apple sauce.
No.
0 chance. And
somebody else said, Food Talk, they're not craving midnight snacks right now.
In pickles, yep. Jelly cranberry. Those Jello mold things that you always have. It seems around the holidays, at least in America. I don't know if they're worldwide. I'd love to know if you guys globally had those Jello molds.
Jello molds, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would, most of the time you'd have like pineapple chunks or maybe apple chunks, but every once in a while my mother would put ham in it.
God! We used to do that back with celery. That was my grandmother made it with celery. Yeah.
Sandy, I'm getting flashbacks. My great aunt used to make those. One of my grandmother's sisters used to make those, and there was something crunchy in the Jello. I didn't know what it was. I hope it was nuts. I really hope it was nuts or something.
It's only kids eating it because the adults know better.
No one told me what it was. I really hope it was nuts or something.
There you go. And we ate it. See, in school, it was only kids doing that. This is funny. You all are funny. Okay. Nobody's saying anything. I know. I gotta figure this pork chop's the only thing. So it's like, yeah, we had the Jello. Forget the jelly. Thank you, Julian. Bowls in UK. And jelly.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, I think the host froze. Sandy? Uh-oh, that is not good.
It was oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Could be a ghost. You know, there's a lot of that going around in October. Could be a ghost. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Like I said, these questions are random. They have nothing to do with each other. They're just bio builders and kind of fun and silly. So, you discovered that you were a fantastic artist. What is the very first thing you were going to paint?
Paint nothing. We're going to work for Marvel. See you later. Oh, you knew that was coming. Come on.
Yep, I did. So, landscapes, but be specific. I can tell you the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my painting kit, whatever it is, because I'm not a painter. Go to my grandparents' farm, and I'm going to paint their farmhouse.
Yeah, that would be the next Jack Kirby or George Perez. One of those artists.
So, Darren, what are you going to paint? This is a good one. A view from my apartment. The question is, you just discovered you're a perfect artist. You're a fantastic artist. You're really, really great. And what is the very first thing you were going to paint?
A phoenix on my bedroom wall.
Oh, that's really specific. That's a good one.
Hey!
I suppose I could paint Snowflake.
That's sad. I see cats. I see we're going to paint. A watercolor is really cool, too. See, Carol, what's great about this is you would need to go there to really do a fantastic job of it. So you get a vacation as well as you're painting. I like this. This is what I was hoping for, Christine. My mom's flower gardens. Now, again, why am I asking this? Because a lot of us take pictures, right? We have camera or cell phone. We take pictures, and these are things that you could put on your ancestors' profiles. Things like your mother's flower garden, things like that. They tell us a little bit more about the person. Because at the previous hangout, we were talking about what makes a good biography, and a lot of people said pictures. And this is so sweet. A portrait of my late husband. That would be very sweet. Okay, you guys are having fun. Yep, see, thank you, Karen. It's also because we could, take a trip there. This would be fantastic. Paint pond of lilies. But Carol, just for this one time, we're going to give you fantastic artist skills. So you'll be set. Okay. Next question.
And even if her skill's stuck, she still gets a free trip.
That's true. And you could just pretend that you are, just a famous painter, and that they don't understand your painting. You go to sometimes art museums and you're looking at it and you're like, I don't get it. A 2-year-old could do that. But, okay, this one's kind of interesting, and I really want you guys to think about this one before you answer. And this is going to be probably where you answer, sure, why not, or oh, heck no question, okay? Would you dare to take a lie detector test with the loved one asking the questions?
Oh, hell no.
What? Language.
Sorry. It's true. Hell no.
You sure?
Oh.
You get to pick the loved one. That's the questions.
Oh!
Old nephew.
You guys
I
are
would.
like too quick. And Darren, thank you. Darren always tells us how we have sourced. I think we can get to 17,000 before the end of this. See, this is kind of like, I'm kind of like Aaron. I'm not going to do a yes or a heck no. I'm going to do, yeah, sure. Depends on the loved one. And that is so true. That is so true. And here we go. I like this answer, Rebecca. Absolutely. Come on, Ruth. That's a no. That's a no from Ruth.
Well, there's a reason you gotta keep things in the family.
That's true. That's true. So this
Never
is
go
it.
against the family either.
Yeah, see, this is kind of the thing too. When you're married, you kind of know everything about each other, especially if you've been married as long as I have. So it's like, what is there to
But see, that's why I would say no for the opposite reason why you might think. But it's not my answers that I'm concerned about. I'd be offended they were asking me the questions.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I mean, I'd be analyzing the questions more than they're analyzing my answers.
You're sitting there, why are you asking me this? I've seen this quite a lot. It would depend on the loved one. There you go. Not admissible in court. And this is great, Marcy. Never with my sister. I love that.
Could be like.
It could be cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meow, 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 meow.
I don't know.
And you do have a point, Mel. There are just some things that only you need to know. And I would not want my mother asking me questions either. Now, I would like to ask my mother questions, though. So that's kind of reverse. That's kind of reverse side. Okay, next question. Kind of going along the crazy line of questions. What is the craziest thought you ever had that you wish you acted on? And you either thought it was too dumb, too stupid, too crazy. Could be like, was it a job? Was it a venture, business?
I plead the fifth, Your Honor.
You plead the fifth?
Yeah.
Because this is a family show.
Well, I plead the fifth.
I love this answer. Becoming a forest ranger.
I went to school to become a forest ranger.
What?
But then I found out you had to learn about science. And I quit. And then I was going to major in leisure studies.
What is that?
I don't know, but it sounded easy.
That's just quite literally a family show. So.
See, that was kind of like, I was convinced I was going to be a meteorologist. I was convinced, and I went to school to go check it out. My mom was so excited, like, okay, you're going to be meteorologist. They must make money, and everything. And like David, I found out the amount of science, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah, I just wanted to go backpacking and camping. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Do work.
Oh, Carrie, you got to tell us more. Hello. That's a good one.
Oh, I think that might be a little bit more than PG-13. I'm just saying.
You never know. There could be a really good story there. There could be a good story for a biography.
It could be more than PG-13, though. You realize that, right?
And I wish I asked my great aunt if I could have moved in with her and went to university. She's a genealogist in the family too. You're right.
Okay, all right. Okay, I have a good one. That's PG. That's G-rated. I wish I could have asked my great aunt to take me with her to San Pietro during the 90s. But she used to go there a lot, so that would be cool.
Darren, Kathy? Anything come to mind?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got. Yeah, go ahead, Darren.
I wouldn't change anything that I've done. because it leads me to what I have.
You
That's
know,
true.
there is a kind of a different kind of thought with this question, and I will tell you that my son was visiting this week, and chances. Failure is a bad word for him, and he's not wanting to take chances. So we had a big conversation about do it. Take a chance. If you fail, you fail. That's how you learn. So that's kind of where I came up with this question is like, what is the most craziest thing you did or thought about and you didn't do? Okay, so one last question. And I'm going to make this a two-parter because I just find this question fascinating. The first one is, do fortune cookie predictions have a time limit?
No.
So it says you are going to travel far and wide to great places, or you are going to be rich.
I think they last as long as you remember them.
Yep.
That's about before I leave the restaurant.
Yeah, by the time you're done home, you don't remember. They could come true and you didn't even know it.
Parents and lifelong timeline of my fortune cookies usually have ads in them. Who put that? Yep, mine do too. And that's a good point. The lucky numbers might expire. Some of them have the lucky numbers. So, yep, and I agree with Carol. Hardly ever eat them to see what's inside. It depends on how stale the cookie is. And if the cookie is stale, it expires. But not sure about the comments. Okay, so the two-parter.
I was going to say, that's a good question. When does the time start?
Yeah.
When they stuff the cookie or when you open it?
And, this thing, I hadn't really thought about it either. We were talking about now. Okay, I got to ask. This is the second part of this question. Are there rules to fortune cookies? They're put on the table. Are there rules? Like, if you touch it, it's yours. You lose the fortune if you touch it and somebody else takes the cookie. Or
usually I hand out the fortune cookies, so probably not. But there would be my fortunes in that case. I just toss them to my parents or whatever. There's no rules. No.
So, and then I used to date somebody who said that if you have to go counterclockwise. So you start at the person closest to the bowl of fortune cookies that was usually put on the table, and then you had to go counterclockwise, or else everybody at the table lost their fortunes. And you can't read the fortune before you eat it. That's a new one. Everybody gets at least one. First come, first serve. Eat the cookie, that's it. And then here you go, Aaron. Yes, you have to eat the cookie first before you read the fortune. I always read the fortune first, Aaron. You should have told me this.
I read the fortune before eating it. Doesn't anybody else do that?
I always read the fortune first. Yep. I mean, I crack it open, read the fortune, read the numbers on the back.
But that's what normal people do.
Oh, yeah. I thought you had to break in two pieces for your fortune to come true. Okay, here you go. If they are unwrapped, touch it. It's yours. Thank you, Mel.
All right, what do you call a fortune cookie that doesn't have a fortune in it? A misfortune?
Sad.
Well, yeah.
That's a bad fortune. And yeah, I was told too, you gotta eat the cookie for it to count. My kid doesn't eat them. So it's like,
Well, yeah.
Okay.
You
open it,
you beat the thing, and then you eat the cookie. That's it. That's how people do it.
I agree, Carol. I don't bother with the fortune either. An empty one is a good omen? I didn't know that. I always thought that was sad. Okay, so you guys are teaching me. Look, I like this. Unfortunate.
It's a misfortune.
I love that. And yeah, in the end, it's just a cookie, right?
Is it really? Is it?
It's just
No.
a cookie.
It's not
Okay,
a
so
cookie.
since before we get into, we got a little
It's
bit
like-
of time before we get into the prizes, because there's 6 prizes we got to give away. So make sure you type in the word checkers if you have not won so far this Source-a-thon or last Connect-a-thon. But I am curious about something that came up recently. If you are a moviegoer, you go to the movie theater. Which armrest is yours?
Right one.
Right one?
Yes, I'm right-handed, so just saying.
But what happens for the left-handers that's sitting next to you?
Ooh.
Well, they can hold me.
You just don't know. See, and that's what my husband said. Both.
Okay.
I love this. Yeah. It depends. It depends on what, Chris.
It depends on if it's a lady and they want to hold my hand.
I like.
don't know.
Oh, we're getting close to 17,000. We're getting really, really glad. Now, I will say that it's a little bit more convenient now, at least in my movie theater, because you get your own chair. You're
Yeah.
not really sharing, and you get the recliner chair, the rocker chair, the chair with the little table. So when they bring the food to you while you're sitting there, so you get both.
Our
And I
chairs
agree. No
on
neighbor.
And
recline.
if you wait 2 months to see the movie, there's nobody else in the theater anyway. So
Yep.
Yeah, just watch out for the when you go to the movie theater. Just watch out for the creepy guy behind you trying to give you the popcorn.
The creepy
I
guy
have
trying to get
stories. Stranger danger stories.
delivered. So I'm not sure. Okay, let's talk about the prizes while everybody has another chance to. Let me see if I can find it. Type in the. We're frozen again. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link in for if you want a prize. There's going to be 6 prizes given away, and here's how it works. For the first 5 prizes, well, the first 5 that win, 2 we draw for a prize. There is a select prize list for you to choose from. It's on G2G on this link. So if you win a prize, you're going to go to this link. You're going to look for the Midnight Madness that have it listed as, let me double check, listed as Friday Midnight Madness Hangout. So you're going to go to that link if you win a prize. And I will open up the listing for the prizes after this hangout is over, so all the 5 winners get a fair chance at once. So if you win, you're going to go to that link. You're going to pick one of the 5 items that are on the list that I'm going to open up after we're done. Refresh your screen to see if somebody's already picked something, because once somebody's picked it, you can't pick it. So if somebody picked, a free trip to Disney World, and there's only one available, you can't pick it as well. So there's only one. First come, first serve. Whoever's first gets their choice. There's a book, there's a subscription, there's a DNA kit, and there's 2 T-shirts that are available. Now, if you live outside of the United States and the only prize left are the ones that are USA only, please tell us in the comment that you live outside the United States. The only prizes left are USA only, and AON will make sure to get you a prize. So that's a little tricky. Ruth knows what I'm talking about because I think that happened to Ruth as well. Make sure that you go to the Friday Midnight Madness post and hit comment. Do not hit answer. Hit comment under that post so we make sure that you get the prize you want. Now here's the kind of wonky thing. The 6th person gets a prize from the store, and that is not listed in the options. A1 will contact you after the thon. So the 6th person gets prize from the new WikiTree store. And I know, Chris, we mentioned the WikiTree store last time. I think there is also a discount. So there's the WikiTree store. If you want to go to it, and it's if you use SAT 10, you get 10% off your purchase until 10/16. And that's listed on the G2G too. Okay. Oh, one very, very important thing that I forgot. You must pick a prize. If you're one, you must pick a prize before you see Alesh at the next hangout. If you have not picked a prize before the next hangout, you lost your chance to win a prize. Okay. Any questions that we have? I know it's a little confusing, but I think we got everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up the prize. We've got 41 people that typed in checkers. This is your absolute very last chance to do checkers. Carol, when I'm talking about the prizes, there are 5 prizes. At noon and midnight, there are 6 prizes. If you have won a prize at the last Connect-a-thon or this Source-a-thon, and there's the list. If you're on that page, you are not eligible to win a prize. Please let us know that you're not eligible if you win a prize. These are for the prizes that we are giving away at every hangout. The prize list for this session is going to be at that G2G that I posted. You cannot see it right now because I have not opened it up. I'm only going to open it up when the end of this show happens to give everybody a fair chance. Because the first person that wins can get there quicker than the 5th person. So I want to give everybody a fair chance. So give me 1 second. I got one little Yorkie that's here. Okay. I'm not eligible. I am eligible. That's not my question. Okay. Carol, what's your question? The list is hidden. I'm not opening it up until after we're done to give everybody a fair chance, the 5 people a fair chance to pick a prize. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the prize drawing. Let me bring up my screen. We're going to do 5 prizes drawing, and then we're going to do one last one for the store. So the first 5 are going to be going to G2G to pick from the 5 available prizes for this hangout. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. And Alexandra, the link, I'll give it again. I just posted it, but it is Patricia Jackson. Congratulations. Kathy, are you writing these down for me, or Derek? So Patricia's the first
I have it.
out of 6 that will win, but Patricia can pick from the list. The list is hidden right now. Okay, let's draw again. And who's next? It always slows down and you think you're going to get it. Jeff! Jeff does a lot of work in Pennsylvania, of course. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, Jeff, congratulations. Here, Barky. Biscuits to you, Judy. You won a prize as well. We're up to what, Kathy? 3?
3.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more to get to pick from the list of prizes that have been curated just for you guys. And Margie, thanks too, because you've given us a lot of fun answers tonight as well. But I love the picture you have as well. So 1 more, right, Kathy? To make it 5? Okay.
Yes.
1 more to make it 5. And then I'll explain the 6th prize 1 more time. Jay, congratulations, Jay. AJ is one. Okay, so those are our 5 winners that have won, and you guys will be able to go to the link. Let me get it one more time. You'll be able to go to the link on G2G, pick from a choice of 5 prizes that have been selected for this particular hangout. I will open it up. It's hidden right now. You can't see it. I will open it up after or leave this show, so it's fair to everybody to go and pick. You'll look for the Friday Midnight Madness link, and I'm going to drop it in here as well. Now, the next person, the 6th person, this only happens at noon and midnight. The 6th person, the next person who wins, does not get to pick from the list. Instead, A1's going to contact you after the thon and give you a special list that you can pick from the store. Okay, so this next person does not pick from the list on G2G. You're going to be contacted later. Here we go. Who gets the prize from the brand new updated WikiTree store? Really cool. And everybody's talking about candles. Everybody loves candles. Marcy. So Marcy, you don't have to do anything but just sit back and wait for Awen to contact you. That's all you got to do. And she will contact you with information about the store and what prize you can get there. Unfortunately, I do not know what the store prices are, so I can't really speak to that. But let me give the first 5. This is the link the first 5 go to pick your prize, but it is hidden right now. Okay, it will not be open until afterwards. But if you want a prize, the first 5 of you, that's the link that you want to go to. And here's the master link too that you can see now. Any questions? I know it's a little confusing. It's a little weird this time, but the Source-a-thon, because we had so many donations from people, we loaded up everything. So any questions from the winners? And congratulations to you all. This was a really fun Midnight Madness for us, and I'm just thrilled that we're able to give so many prizes out to you guys. And Darren, we're so close. We're at 16,931 profiles created. We are so close. And I agree. Very generous donations indeed. And everybody that did win a prize, you'll go pick a prize. Remember, everybody's working a thon. You'll get more information after the thon about how to get your prize. Well, never say never, Carol. You never know. And I don't have my bingo mug. I do have my bingo mug with me, but I don't have my bingo mug. Okay. And the reason why the post is hidden and so empty is just so everybody that won a prize gets the opportunity to get there at the same time and see it. Okay, and one last thing, click on like. Alesh will be with you next at the next particular hangout. So if you want a prize, go over to the GGG, pick your prize, or before you see Alesh. Once you see Alesh, you lost your opportunity if you didn't pick it. Thanks so much, guys. Tomorrow, we're going to have fun music, bio builders. And then the next day, the last day, we'll bring back Have You Ever? During the thon. So, bye, guys. Thanks for hanging in with us. Thank you, guys, in the studio. I appreciate you guys being here. And thanks for everybody who watches after the fact. Have a good thon.